Alright, here we go for round one. We've lost the die roll, and our opponent has indeed taken a play. This one's pretty easy, we've got no lands, can't keep that. But we are definitely looking to have some threats in our hand. Another no-lander, not a good start. Alright, this one will do the job. Keep that. Put Gush on the bottom, we don't want to draw that early. Forest Go. Interesting, right. So we're going to Snow Cold Island and then use our Ash Barrens to search for a mountain. Okay. Again, a very strange start from our opponent, not in his main phase. Playing a pair of forests with no play is very unusual. I'm just going to run out an Augur Bolus. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but generic removal answers, cantrips, they're all going to be cards we want to draw. So I think the fact we've got a couple of removal spells means I'm going to take the Ponder here, try and set up our draw a bit better. What could our opponent be playing? It's basic forest, you'd usually put them on Stompy or Elves, but the fact they haven't played anything. Oh, here we go. Oh! Well, that wasn't what I was expecting. Alright, we're playing against Infect. Well, this could be fun. I don't think I've played against a Pauper Infect before. So, how do we want to start? I think our Ash Barrens is going to want to get another mountain, but I'm going to start with a Ponder. Am I? Playing against Infect is hard. We've got lots of options. I'm leaning towards leaving up both a Bolt and a Spellstutter Sprite, in which case we don't want to cast a Ponder. So I think I'm going to go and land cycle this for another mountain, because we might want to cast both our removal spells in one turn. Play the mountain and then attack. We've got to get our opponent dead, and we're not exactly blocking a Blighted Agent. Rancor. I think that's going to be enough of a pain it's worth spell stuttering. We might just die, but hopefully not. I'm not even sure what pump spells are available in Pauper, but I guess it's most of the similar ones to Modern. It's high-powered pump spells. Oh, Groundswell, that's not a good start. Oh no, just 5. Cool, that's fine with me. Right, so Island, I'm going to start by spreading. See what our opponent's got. He's going to have to fight over this, with presumably a Vines of Vastwood. Apostle's Blessing. Interesting, he tapped the green. I'm going to bolt in response, because we're still safe from Spell Pierce here. And there we go, creature down. So solid little 2/2, get our opponent's creature off the board, play an Augur out, again boost our clock, try and draw into some more interaction, because presumably they'll have another threat soon. Preordain will do, and attack with the team. As always, the best way to beat Infect has always been a threat and a clock. Lead the Stampede is an interesting inclusion. Blight Mamba, I don't even know what that is. Okay. Regeneration is going to be a bit annoying for us, but he's just tapped out for it, so hopefully we can cantrip into something to get it off the board. Let's ponder. I think we're shuffling here. Drew the counterspell anyway, but that's not going to do us much good. So we could preordain or we could ninja here. I'm leaning towards the preordain. I don't think we need to ninja this turn. There we go, there's our lightning bolt. We don't need an evolving wilds. Do want a lightning bolt. And we're safe from daze here. And clock in for another 3. Yeah, the Lethal Stampede's somewhat confusing, because the density of creatures in Infect is not going to be absurdly high. So it just seems a bit strange as an inclusion. Lightning Bolt's a fantastic draw, but I'm going to start with attacking with the team and ninjaing back Spell Stutter in Declare Blockers. So that's the only time you can. Hopefully we draw an island for our counterspell. We didn't. I think we just have to pass here. With 3 green mana up, I'm not particularly inclined to start a fight. Yep. Happy to take 1. Future growth is fine. Groundswell we can counter, and then Lightning Bolt is lethal. And there we go. Game 1 to us, off a mulligan to 5. Right, so against small creature decks we want Electrickery, and I think we want the spell to fight over the tricks. I can shave a gush, the game's probably not going that long. Same with a ninja, I think. We don't really want to be tapping out on our own turn unless we have to. I want to keep all the counter spells, all the removal. And I think this deck needs the cantrips a lot more than our last video of blue-black did. Let's shave an Augur as well. Let's just shave another ninja, I think. That seems safer. Maybe we want Swirling Sandstorm as well. In the late game it's quite good. Yeah, let's cut another ninja for a Swirling Sandstorm as well. Hopefully we have the game won by that point, but it's still an expensive clunky card, and I think it's more likely to be effective than ninja is. Alright, back for game 2. What's our hand look like this time? Yeah, this seems okay. It's got all the tools we need. It's got a pair of removal spells, a couple of counter spells, and some ways to get our lands going. Can't really complain about this. I'm going to start with Preordain. And try and dig into a second land from that. And if we don't, we can Ash Barrens into our next land. Preordain. Don't want either of those. And it's counterspell, so we're going to want to Ash Barrens next turn. Probably for a mountain if our opponent taps out for a creature. If not, we might just get another island and preordain. But equally, we are going to want to find a mountain. I've just gone for an Echo Clom here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go and search up a mountain and bolt the Echo Clom here. By bolt, I mean spread, because if we don't have to use the bolt, it gets to go face. So, all in all, not the worst start. Could do with another land. Try and get a threat into play. Rotwolf, what do you do? Okay, that's kind of cool, but it's just going to get bolted. And we'll play the Delver out. We should probably have bolted first, actually, in case of days, because that would be quite bad for us here, but never mind. We're going to get an island off the Evolving Wild so we can have counter spells up. There's a Blighted Agent. We don't know what's on top of our deck, which is the other consideration with the Delver. Just tapping out for the Rancor. That's potentially annoying. That's going to be a lot of damage. Right, flip. Do I want to reveal Ponder? Yeah, I suppose I do. And I think I'm pondering. Try and find a lightning bolt. We don't want any of these. We could keep an Ash Barrens. Yeah, let's draw an Ash Barrens, just hit our land drop. And leave up counterspell. Shuffle away the cards we now don't want. And start clocking our opponent. But we'll happily take 3 at this point, because we can preordain into interaction next turn, still leaving up our counterspells. But not unhappy with how this game's going. Another Rancor. So he'd still need 2 more spells in order to kill us if we counter the Rancor. If we don't, we have to find something to kill the Blighted Agent in our next turn, and we have 4 looks between our draw step and the preordain. We've already used a Skredna Lightning Bolt, which means that we can draw into 2 Electriceries, 3 bolts, 3 Skredders, 8 outs, and if we can draw both a land and a Swirling Sandstorm, that would also do the job. So let's say 8.5 outs out of 44 cards. We've got 4 shots. Those don't seem like horrendous odds. I think we can let the Rancor resolve. And if he tries to go for an actual kill, we can get the Spellstuff Sprite to keep us safe. Yeah, we're just taking 5. I just think I'm going to just flash in the Spellstuff to Sprite. We've got enough interaction going that... Okay, never mind. We're just going to counterspell this. That's probably getting Spell Pierced back, but... No? Okay. Right. Removal. That's not removal, so preordain we go. There's our Lightning Bolt. We don't need another Spell Stutter. And we're going to Yeah, we're going to fight now while our opponent has the least mana available. Sweet. So we're just going to pass, get in for 3 with our Delver, and counter any of his threats. We know his hand is 2 Rancors and 1 unknown and 2 unknowns now. We can't do anything with that creature, so we're just going to prioritize countering his creatures. Shadow Rift is just a cantrip at this point. So that's fine. Sweet. No creature. Just playing out our lands. Giving us the maximum possible. Oops. Passed through my attack step. That was foolish. We're playing out our lands in case we can draw a Gush and play an Augur and all that jazz. Yeah, we need to counter this, because that's going to be difficult to deal with Rancors. Let's hope the 3 damage we miss doesn't turn out to matter. Lightning Bolt's a really good draw. That gives us an extra way to fight over our opponent's creatures, of course, and close up the game a turn earlier. Augur's a great draw. Hopefully we can draw into Gush, that'd be fantastic. Maybe boarding out the 4th ninja over the Gush would have been more effective. Oh, what's our opponent doing here? 5 mana? Is that his own Gush? Syncopate. Yeah, I don't really care that much about an Augur. Seems like an odd card to have in his deck, to be honest. It's just not as efficient as other counterspells. Like, I think I'd rather just play Mana Leak if the double blue is a concern. Right, well, let's attack for 3. Bemoan the fact that we'd have lethal if we hadn't passed through that attack step. But we'll play another Delver in case he has an answer for ours. Some sort of plummet type effect wouldn't be that surprising. What's it called? Aerial Volley, I think, is the one from Magic Origins that it's like an arc lightning. So we let that resolve because we can't counter it, and we're just going to fly over it for lethal. Is the plan. We don't need to use our bolt now. Let's reveal the Preordain, give ourselves 2 lethal threats. Try and Preordain first into a hard counter. Don't need either of these. Trickery. Not the worst card to have, but probably not necessary, as we've won the match. So there we go. Off to a good start against Infect, and join me back for round 2.